Let's see what's going to happen next week. Before we jump into the card reading for the upcoming week, let's see who the winner of this month's lottery is going to be. If you're new to this, you're probably wondering what's going on. I have the names of my supporters in this bowl who decided to enter the monthly lottery. If you're interested to join the next one, you can check out the description. And if you'd like to order a reading with me and not leave it up to fate, then you can go to my website and see the kinds of reading types that I offer, but we can personalize the reading to fit your situation, whatever your question is. And now let's see who the winner is. And it's Julieanne. Congratulations, Julieanne. We're going to do your reading at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Now, let's figure out what the upcoming week has in store for us. So as always, we're going to use the Gipsy cards to determine the theme of the week. And then we're going to use the tarot to reflect on it, give us some advice and guidance. Okay, and here we have a not very optimistic or rosy card. It's called illness or malady or Krankheit or Bowls, Malattia, Maladie, Petekshig. So this card is about a lack of balance that appears in an otherwise well-functioning system. So something happens that upsets the regular order of things, and it results in a state of weakness and vulnerability. So we are not interpreting the Gipsy cards in the traditional way, so we don't take things literally. Rather, we're trying to investigate the metaphorical, symbolic layers that could be attached to such a very sort of concrete message that could be interpreted non-figuratively. So let's see what the cards have to say about this. What is this state of imbalance? Where does it show up? On what front? Where to expect it? And what to do with it. All right. So we have the Wheel of Fortune as the area or field where this shows up and what to do. The message is pretty clear with the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is the quintessential card of rest and isolation and recovering in a calm, respectful, tidy little space where you're not bothered by external influences. So this points to the importance of disconnecting from the source of confusion, which is the external world, to give you an essential idea of what it could be. And so the area that is affected is number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card, so it points to something impactful and major. And I'm going to say that this is almost like your ability to connect with this benevolent serendipity that the Wheel of Fortune normally represents. The ability to renew and reorganize your path seems to be taking a hit. It seems like the malfunction is connected with the ability to reinvent your destiny, which is a constant process, or it should be a constant movement, a dance, an adaptation to whatever comes up, and a projection of yourself into the future as it unfolds. So that mechanism seems to be malfunctioning at the moment. So the first thing that comes to my mind looking at this constellation of cards is that no matter what you do, it seems like you're always putting your foot in your mouth. It seems like you're just in a sequence of faux pas, of actions and decisions that are misaligned with how things should be. And sometimes we cannot help these sorts of dry patches or these unfortunate periods of time in our lives. So it's one of those weeks where whatever you try, it seems to just go wrong for no apparent reason. And the solution is pretty simple. At least the philosophy of it is really quite simple. If you can't win in the situation, then you have to withdraw your energy from it and make sure that you are separating from the source of your misery. Make sure that you're giving yourself this protective bubble within which you can recover and regenerate yourself, where healing is possible. The healing of this strange kind of awkward phase can happen. So if you encounter these kinds of strange, peculiar dissonances, these disharmonies that seem to be out of place and out of sync with what you've been doing, then doesn't make much of a difference if you keep on trying. The best solution is to disengage and to break the pattern by way of introducing some silence, by taking a break. And then after some time has passed, you can get back in the ring and try again. But keep bashing your head against the wall and you're just going to get deeper into the maze of this situation. So thank you for watching. Now we're going to get to Julieanne's reading. So if you want to stay and watch that with us, you're more than welcome. All right, Julieanne, welcome to your reading. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do a card-directed reading. This is great for anyone really who doesn't know where to even start, what to even ask, or where to begin with a reading. So I would recommend this freestyle reading type to anyone who is not clear on what reading type they should get. And this is great because we are now going to find out from the tarot what it is that we should talk to you about. So let's see what the topic of today's reading for Julieanne should be. Okay. So let's just start with that and see what that reveals. Okay. So Julieanne, we have the Ace of Swords showing up for you, which is the card of the spark of a divine idea. It's a gift. It's a blessing from the subconscious or the collective thinker. This higher consciousness that is the source of all remarkable ideas. It's the source of all intellectual creativity. And so what we need to talk about is where new ideas, new fresh perspectives are coming from, how you can enhance your cognitive performance, and how you can establish a better connection with the original thinker, who I guess we could refer to him as God or the cosmic being or whatever it may be. So how do you establish a better connection? How do you increase the chance of a brilliant idea to manifest itself in your consciousness? So let's first see where you are. So what is your current state in relation to the Ace of Swords? And let's also find out how you can tune into the Ace of Swords energy. Okay. So we have the Four of Cups, a state of disillusionment, lack of inspiration, some level of apathy, and a lack of belief in miracles or the presence of the divine in your way of thinking. So this is an emotionally closed and indifferent state where, although good things are being offered, but you're kind of passive, not reaching out, not taking the gifts that are showing up, maybe missing some good things, not noticing them. So what can be done? Okay, the Lovers. So I think these cards are pointing to the necessity of rediscovering your connection with your own genius. And when I say genius, I don't mean this snobbish interpretation of a special person who's way above the average in terms of intelligence or anything like that. I would be more inclined to use the word in the sense that the Assyrians used it in ancient times. It was this very strange, lion-esque creature with wings that represented that part of the human consciousness which was eternal and universal and all-powerful. So the genius existed, or was thought to be existing in everyone's minds. It was this universal principle that connected all thinkers. So the genius in this sense is kind of like a protector, like a guardian. And so merging with this guardian, with this sort of winged demigod, is a metaphorically expressed process that could be translated to, I guess, a process of reinventing yourself, a process of reconnecting with alive, spontaneous, authentic parts of yourself that are not controlled and paralyzed by fear, but rather are open and inventive and experimental. So the Lovers card, I think, points to the process of unification between fragmented parts of yourself. When we find ourselves in sort of an uninspired and dull state of mind, what's really happening is we are disconnected from those parts of ourselves that are the well of new ideas. With every step that we take towards reconnecting with those parts, we're obviously taking a risk. And the Four of Cups does not like that idea. Four of Cups is incredibly non-confrontational and likes to stay within the comfort zone. So the challenge here is to encounter yourself again, to allow for a meeting to happen between those parts of you that have stopped communicating, because new ideas can start a revolution on the individual level. They can become problematic. They can upset the current order of things. And so it seems as though new ideas will only show up and become a part of the mix once you reopen the lines of communication between parts of you that are sitting by the tree, waiting for something to happen, but when a gift is given to them, they don't reach out for it. They instead choose this state of numbness. Those parts of you and the parts of you that have been put on kind of a blacklist and are not allowed expression. So, some ideas on how you can recreate that connection. Perhaps you could try using your non-dominant hand to write whatever comes from within, stream of consciousness type stuff, to make that connection with subconscious, repressed parts of you, to make that bridge or create a line of communication between those parts that have been severed. And I do think, based on these cards, that you are in dire need of innovation. The Ace of Swords indicates that there is a way for a new perspective to be born. It is possible for plasticity of thought to be regained, but it takes some effort on your part. It takes the conscious decision to start talking to yourself again. This is another idea on how you can reignite this conversation, this dialogue with yourself. You can talk to yourself out loud and have a conversation with yourself. I know it sounds silly, but it really works, especially if there have been some things that you've bottled up that were left unsaid because you had nobody to talk to about them. In these cases, having a conversation with yourself can be incredibly inspiring. It can really get things going. So, Julieanne, thank you for watching, and everybody else who stayed with us, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave comments, and see you next time.